Oh boy. So, you Drinks of Society decided to tune in for the worst weeb in the world? You can't blame me, it's all your fault. Joining me soon as he gets in will be Tadashi. He who has watched every anime, ever. So if you ever find that you need to know what a certain anime is, just ask him, and I'm sure he'll lead you in the right direction. So until then, I'm just gonna go looking around for something to talk about. Let's see what I can come up with. Because there's always something stupid I could talk about for a few minutes. Just need to figure out what. I'm not very good on my own. Need to talk to someone usually. One thing I could put out there is my ultimatum is still good. I have a tweet on my somewhere on my profile that says I will watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure if I get 50 likes. You can force my hand and make me watch that stuff that I've been purposely avoiding. Ooh, that. Ooh, that cosplay though. Oh man, that's a good Shuten Doji cosplay. Looking for something to talk about. What the? Looking for some. Oh, the website's back. Too bad I was down when I needed it. Okay, let's see what we can look for. Let's just look through the manga recommendations on Anime Planet and talk about that for a little bit. Because it's always good to see what kind of trash they recommend I will read. Let's see all suggestions. I still have no idea why they made a spin-off about the Spear Hero. He's hands down the worst character in that novel and manga series. Good lord. Huh. Could have swore I had that on my list. Because I know I read Rosario plus Vampire Season 2. Oh well. And that's, and it's average but not trash. Looking through the recommendations. There's always. Let me adjust what sounds. Like, no pressure for me. Tadashi just advertised a stream, which is going to make it a little bit more stressful. No pressure, Penrith. You can do this. through the recommendations again. Let's see what. There's gotta be some stuff I don't have marked as read or reading. Uh, I had no idea what's recommending stuff based on stuff I never read. That's a strange one. Very, very strange. I had no idea why they're doing this to me. It's very unfortunate that they do this to me. Look, look, to want to read because I'm reading the manga for Wartenia Senki. It's one of the better isekai. Killing time until Tadashi gets on. Just looking through stuff. I didn't know that 29 to JK was a light novel. I've been reading the manga for that. It's pretty good. There's so many good series out there. It's a good time to be a weeb. Let's look for anime recommendations. See if there's anything good can recommend me. Let's see. Let's see what they got. Oh, jeez. Nothing. Nothing. Need to promote the stream, so I'm going to spread the link somehow. My channel, then copy link address, drop. Shoot. Okay. Drop it where I can. I can't remember I watched all Read or Die or not. Might have to rewatch it anyway. It wasn't a bad series. Mm. Mm. Uh, got pinged. Let's see.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Not much.
Can you hear me okay? Everything's okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Cool.
This is probably the first time we talked.
It is absolutely the first time we've
Well,
talked.
except for that time I was in the voice chat on the server.
That could be very true.
You stopped by to say hi.
I probably did.
Yep. So, something I knows will wait for you is that there's a famous follower that's on follows me on Twitter that also follows you.
Okay. Who's this?
Ibuki from she was in a band I liked for a little bit.
Follows me?
Yeah, she follows you for some reason. She follows me for
Hold on.
some reason.
What's her name? Who?
Ibuki.
Ibuki?
Yeah, she's the lead singer. She was a lead singer in a band called Disqualia that kind of split because band drama.
Interesting. I did not know I was followed by her.
Yeah.
What? Let's find her. What's her Twitter?
Uh, vocal underscore Ibuki.
Underscore.
She's a
Oh, look at that. She follows me.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, she followed me. I think she's one of those people that follows anyone.
Oh, I see she's got 6,400 following, 6,200 followers. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be it.
Yep.
That would be it.
She's pretty good in that band, but sadly she had to leave because there's too much infighting, I think.
Too much infighting, eh? That's not good.
But she's got a solo project now, so
Oh yeah, that's good for her, I guess. Infighting always sucks, so
yeah. Yeah, it always does.
yeah. Oh, excuse me.
She had a powerful voice.
Did you? Does she? I'm assuming.
Yeah, let me find sadly I can't find one song of the bands that I really like called Lady Boy. Had a
Oh.
beat to it.
What's her full name? Do you
I don't
know?
know. I couldn't find it. It's just like Sawa. I don't know what her full name is. I just know her Sawa. And I know that I'm obsessed with her because she's adorable.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that.
Yep. But heaven help me if I had to pick between her and Fuki.
That sounds like it'd be tough.
Yeah, let me just look at more good song by Disqualia. That's not just a sample. I'll post it in a side chat.
Oh, I think I found one.
I really
Oh, you have that one. I got this one from Twitter.
ah
That's her now. I mean, her solo.
yeah. When she was with when she was with Disqualia, she had like silver hair, which given my propensity for liking certain anime girls, because I go for the silver white hair by default. I blame Final Fantasy for that.
Yeah. Hey man, silver hair is nice too.
Yep, it's super nice.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I kind of lost my mind when I saw Fuki was rocking white hair recently.
Recently?
Yeah, shit. I think it's for because Fuki's does a lot of projects. She's with like Doll Box, Dollar Sign Box, or no, Dolls Box, and then she does
Yeah.
her solo pop project, and then she does what works with Unlucky Morpheus, who does music for the Toho games.
Music for Toho games. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I need to save that pictures on my desktop.
Save all the pictures.
Yep. Let me. I'll copy the image address so you can see.
Let's see this. Wow.
Yep. She looks good, white hair.
Yeah, no, white hair is nice. If you can pull off white hair, God bless your soul.
Yep.
all I can say.
But I found it interesting that Ibuki was following you for some reason.
It's yeah. I don't know why. It's it's weird. I
I
don't know
know.
what I did to even prompt her or her robot account manager to even follow
I
me.
know.
So
I know. I kind of miss my old account because the now dead MK Fenris Twitter account.
rest in peace.
Because I had like crap, I forget what her name is, but she used to be in this band called Destros,
Hmm.
and then she's joined this band called Fake Gear. Mina. Well, one night, it's just kind of weird. I was sound asleep, and my phone doesn't. I keep the sounds up on my phone,
Hmm.
and she had followed me in the middle of the night. And I was like, I sense a disturbance, and I just woke up,
Those reactions, though.
and I was like, wait, what? But I really must have been because I kept talking about her old band. Because
uh,
because a few years ago I got really tired of baby metal because
mhm.
they got like I think they get a lot of undue popularity because they got like two albums, and pretty soon if you listen to those, not be pretty soon you get bored of it.
Hmm.
So I did get bored of it and started looking for stuff that's similar. That's why
Okay.
that's why I discarded all these all girl rock bands and
All
Destro's.
girl rock bands.
Yeah,
I know you're more into like that the
yeah,
rocky metal
yeah,
heavy, right?
yeah. It's pretty much mostly what I listen to right now.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah. Although Unlucky Morpheus is an all girl because well, our good friend Zed, she turned me on to Yosei Teikoku, or can't pronounce it right. It's a band that, you know, very Yui.
Yeah.
The guitarist from that band also plays in Unlucky Morpheus, and that's like a link.
Hmm.
But I just like good music.
Hey man, that's great too.
Yep.
As long as you find what you like, so that's all
Yeah.
that really
I
matters.
was I was kind of getting bored of like stuff from our part of the world because pretty
Oh yeah, no, everything on our part of the world, I'm not like I don't dislike it, but I'm not like a big fan like I am with like Japanese music, like
yeah,
those rock bands, like even like the girl rock bands. Like I'm a big fan, especially when I discover new ones on YouTube.
yeah. That's how I decided. Well, actually, I was on a website where I acquire my music.
Mm-hmm. Acquire.
Acquire in quotations.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this one called Candy Syrup or Candy Syrup. I can't tell. And I had to go check because with Visual K, you can't ever tell if they're girls or they're boys. So I looked up one of their music videos. Let me post it in this because they're sort of like baby metal, but it's like a full five girl unit.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me by surprise when I discovered them. Post it.
Yeah, once you make that discovery, it just goes uphill from there.
Yep. Sadly, it seems like the girls that were in this lineup all graduated, so chances are they're replacing them all. Which is sad because I think there's a solid lineup. That's probably the problem with Japanese music. The more pop stuff, they replace the members regularly.
Oof. That's what they do. There's a lot. Even in Japan, a lot of like units. They always replace each other, their members regularly when they have a graduation.
Yeah,
Their members.
my favorite member of Kendai Syrup was Non.
Hmm.
And she was saying on Twitter that she graduated, like her third graduation. It's like, but you're the best part. Because she's got a good voice.
Yeah.
I guess she was also in another unit called like Deep Girl or something like that.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard of any of these. So.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things I like about the bands I listen to because most of them are like over 30, so they're not going to be
Mm-hmm.
getting replaced.
Yeah.
They're a natural band, so
Mm-hmm.
I think people that follow me on Twitter know about my obsession with Aldius,
Oh yeah, we see that.
especially the bass player and her thick, thick thighs.
That's the only reason? The thighs?
Well, she's also really cute
Hey, there you go.
because you see the music videos for the band, the lead guitarist, Yoshi. The camera's on her.
Mhm.
She's looking every other way, trying to avoid the camera. Meanwhile, Sawa, she's focusing and she knows the camera's on her. Then she initiates her derpy smile, which is just it's just adorable. She's it's just kind of funny. You see her, she's being all serious, and then she knows the camera. She goes, "Oh my, a camera!" Well, you don't have room to talk since you're pretty well known for being obsessed with Uchida Maya.
Yeah, that's my girl.
I believe when you were drunk one night, I dared you to ask her to marry you.
I probably did. Wish I could find that tweet again.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I definitely. Oh, I found it. Look at this. What is this? March 17th. You so you had a conversation with George, with Jorge.
Okay,
And you said, what are the odds he'll propose to Uchida Maya? And like I'm not even tagged in this.
I
And
know.
I just came out of nowhere. I tagged her and put marry me. I'm gonna retweet that.
I remember seeing that. It's like, my work's done.
There it is.
That was hilarious.
That's funny.
That's just that's just weird. So you're like, Gina Maya, marry me.
You gotta stay to the point.
That's very true. Oh boy, it's just I didn't think you'd see that. I was like,
I'm surprised I did. March 17th. What day was that? What was I doing that day? Let's
while you
see.
were drinking, that's for sure.
March 17th. That was the weekend, so 100%.
Oh, because we turned the game into watching your behavior on Twitter when you've been drinking. I remember when I finally got you to follow me on my old account. It's when I did my what was it, top 20 list of index characters.
I remember that list. Wait,
And you thought I was going to list index as the number one.
I'm pretty sure I said you better not.
Yeah, because Misaka Makoto was number two,
Uh-huh.
and naturally I put Satin as number one because she is
Which
the
is
best.
respectable. It's respectable. I can respect that.
Yeah, and I completely forgot about Index, just
I
like
didn't even.
Kamachi did.
Oh yeah, everyone did.
Well, from what I understand, when he wrote the story, well, he wanted her to be the lead heroine, but no one liked her.
Index. I mean, she's cool, just not as the main heroine.
No, she's like a bright little sister you want to sell into slavery.
Yeah, I would never do that to my sister. You're evil.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Hmm.
I really need to get watch the first two seasons before the fall because I watched it before, but I just want to rewatch it all.
Yeah, you should. I'm probably gonna do that as well.
Yeah, I'm glad it's getting a third season because it's one of those better series.
Oh no, it's one of the most sought after third seasons as well. Like people always ask, they asked about it for years and years, and
Much like,
even the author said, you know, it's not in his hands, but they hear the fans loud and clear,
yeah,
etc.
and it's
etc.
and it was like this one guy was a producer on the anime. He started his own production company or something like that, but
Mm-hmm.
so he could do it.
Oh look, I found the tweet. I swear, if you put index as one, April 12th, 2017.
Oh boy,
That's funny.
yeah, I was gonna put her in there somewhere, but because she's an alright character, but I can't believe you forgot about her. It's just like, oh, I forgot about Index. Oh
I
well,
wish I could forget about index.
yeah. She's just not that great of a character. She's always biting Toma because he's been helping people.
Yep. What the fuck? Johnny boy? What is this? You see on Twitter? I don't even want. Oh my gosh. I'm disgusted.
I didn't see.
Nah, you'll see it.
Oh,
Anyways, moving on.
you mean Aki from the
Oh
circus?
yeah, I call him Johnny boy, that's why.
Uh, yeah. He goes, well, or you say you would sell your sister to slavery.
Anyways.
Anyway,
Alright, what do you got for me? Because I actually could not be here too much longer, unfortunately.
you can't.
No.
Uh, uh, not not much I can think of unless you want to sell me on an anime I need to add to my massively huge backlog of things I need to watch.
Sell you on an anime. Okay, let's do some magic here.
Yeah,
Give me a genre. Give me something. Give me something to go by.
let's see. I think I pretty much watched every harem anime, but
So you want a harem?
that's pretty much the genre I specialize in. 'Cause it's
Okay, okay. Any other specifics?
mm, nothing I could think of.
Okay, okay,
Or you
okay,
can
okay.
sell me on a mecha anime I haven't watched. It's not Gundam.
A mecha.
Yeah,
Um, mecha.
because you are he who has watched every anime that ever existed,
I've definitely seen my fair share of anime,
and
you
then
know,
some.
and then some. So it's I've definitely built myself on some odd foundation of
Yep.
being
Uh,
known as the anime guy.
yeah. Currently, my backlog of stuff I'm actively watching is 40,
That's um,
and I want to watch. I'm afraid to look. Is 47.
yeah. Good luck. That's all I can tell you here. I don't know. There aren't really too many mechas that I can recommend. Like Gundam, obviously, but you're not a Gundam guy, right?
I've. It's more like I've watched a lot of Gundams already.
Have you seen Sidonian or I can't think, what's it in English?
Knights of Sidonia.
Knights of Sidonia, yeah. Have you
Not
seen that
yet.
one? Oh shit. There's one right there. It's one of
But
those where like
but how
um
edgy is it? Because
it's like dark space edgy, bro.
uh, I don't really do
It's
overly.
actually not like super edgy.
Yeah, that's kind of why I never watched Berserk because
No, this is about like aliens and space fighting and humanity trying to survive and tentacles and
Okay, no, thank you. You mentioned
yeah.
tentacles.
It's not what you're thinking. I can't I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil things. But like it was definitely like when it aired, it was one of the hidden gems that people overlooked just because of its animation because the whole thing was done in 3D CGI. And this
uh,
was like when that was like like they were first introducing this to like anime, and people just were so turned off by it because
yeah,
it was just uncomfortable to watch. But like honestly, if you just stick with it and you once you get used to it and you start watching the anime for the anime, it's
yeah,
actually really good. So a lot of people that have finished it always say it's a hidden gem, underrated.
yeah.
Um,
That's kind of thing because Japan
yeah.
doesn't really do well with the CGI stuff.
No, I mean like they, especially when they're starting out, but like now they're definitely getting better with it. Like I don't know if you're probably not watch. Are you watching anything this season?
Not currently, but I've seen like the how they kind of slip it in casually, like a March comes in like a lion. He can
Okay.
was really artsy anime like Shaft does. You can tell,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay. Well,
they do it in a way where you don't suspect it.
yeah. No, like the point I was gonna get is with the recent airing of it's called Hanebado. This is the badminton
Yeah,
anime.
as
They really their animation, the way they're doing it is really good, and it's a mixture of like the CGI, but
mhm.
like it's done really well, and they really they I don't want to say they mask it, but they play it alongside like really smooth transitions, so it's not hard to follow,
Yeah,
especially in the high action, fast paced kinds of things. And so just with that as a recent example, you know, they've come a long way from what they used to be. So
I know. I kind of want to watch it just for the pink haired girl because I have a
oh,
weakness for.
she's something else. I'll tell you that right now without going
I
into any
have
specifics.
I have this
She's something
weakness for
else.
girls that just glare like they want to murder me.
She is something else. That's all I can tell you
Yeah,
without going into anything.
yeah. You don't like spoilers.
No. What else? I mean, there aren't really too many
Yeah,
mechas that I'd recommend. Like there are mechas out there.
yeah. Like I was
Like
really disappointed.
even what's
Like
this one? Gargantia, Suicidal Gargantia.
yeah, I've heard of it, but
That's yeah. It's just there's a whole
I
bunch
have
out there.
I
Like
have
I
one
just
on my what to watch list called Breakblade.
Breakaway. That's pretty old school if I recall correctly.
Yeah, because I kind of feel
Oh,
like
actually no, that's not as recent.
yeah,
2014.
it's, dang it.
Oh, there's alternative movies that came out in 2010. Okay.
Mech is one of those things that could probably use some fresh blood because Iron Blooded Orphans that just ended and not no I wasn't happy with. So
Mm-hmm.
and Macross Delta was like because they didn't get the right balance of the shitty romance that's been shoved in our face with
Mm-hmm.
the with the dog fights.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's kind of the sad thing. There's not enough really good mecha anime right now.
Yeah. It's I mean, anime they go through phases.
Yeah,
There's rarely anything new. It's just they re no I don't want to say they rehash, but they just build on.
yeah,
And it's just because like every idea has pretty much been done. Anime has been around for a long time. Ideas have been around for even longer.
yeah,
And then when people go out there expecting, oh, it's the same generic thing every season, it's like, I mean, you can't really get something that's not too generic anymore just because everything's kind of been done. And now it's at a point where people are just trying, or it's not people, but like the the source materials are just they're based off of like trying to mix things together to get a better result. And it's
yeah,
all trial and error of just it's like science. You're just putting things together, hoping you can get something good out of it.
yeah. Heavy Objects one I've been wanting to watch, but I always well the reason why my backlog's not getting done is because I watch a lot of YouTube streamers lately.
That's cool too.
Yeah, that's why I started doing this because I'm kind of like doing that, like watching it, trying
Hmm.
to kind of
Oh, that's fair enough.
get a good format going. Let's see what. Guess Chrome Shelled Regios is in a mecha, but
Oh, I remember that one actually. And what's her name? Fades? Girl I really liked. Where is she? She's the white haired. Fedi. Fedi Rosu. I really liked her. That came out in 2009. Interesting.
yeah.
I haven't even looked at my backlog. It's like my backlog is I don't even add things to my official like my anime list backlog.
Yeah.
Those things I've put over the years. Like I have an actual backlog somewhere. Just don't
Well,
know where.
there's some stuff I can't remember if I watched or not, like because I've been watching it since I was a kid in the '80s,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them I don't remember watched them or not. Like before you joined me, I was mentioning I can't remember watched Read or Die yet. Well, I know I watched it, but I don't know I watched the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
because we had this network called G4, and that's where they were airing it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things like that is you might start watching it like in the middle, so you don't really watch the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what was that?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
What happened?
I sneezed, I hit the mute button, and then I got lost. I gotta unmute myself.
Ouch. Let's see. Check my. What really started me on watching every hair anime I could find was I watched Psychopaths and I got past the arc with the girl that was killing her classmates,
Mm-hmm.
turning them into art, and I kind of did something to me I, I just don't do well with gore and shit like that anymore. So so I couldn't finish it
Okay.
because it was really depressing.
Eesh. Yeah,
It's,
it is actually pretty dark overall. At least the first season was.
yeah, I just couldn't stay with it because that's the reason why I try to stay away from edgy shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of why I don't like Berserk because I don't really want to watch it because well, I've been reading a description for Berserk. It sounds like the kind of thing an edgy teenager would write. Guts was born from the gallows his mother was hanged.
Yeah.
That's like, oh god, were you a chuny when you wrote this? You're trying to be as edgy as you can. I know it's a popular series with a lot of people, but damn, I just one I kind of need to watch is probably Sayuki.
Yuki.
This is the one that's based on The Journey West.
Yeah, no.
I know I watched part about like a movie channel we had on our satellite called Action.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I watched the whole thing and kind of lost my interest because of the Fujoshi. That's kind of why I never don't like them. Is because shoved their they shoved their stuff into everything we want to like. Because I remember some girls telling me that Sanzo was gay because he slapped this god to try to kiss him.
You just gotta ignore that. If it's not what you want to hear, you just ignore it.
I know. I was like, it's more like they're trying to ruin it for me. So, like,
You just put them on the back burner. Just ignore them and just
yeah,
watch it on your own for yourself.
yeah. That's kind of thing why I don't like Fujoshi. So, like, can't we like something without you making it gay? Can't you just let us like something without turning it gay? We know it'd be like if we took like their shonen eye characters and made them made them into Quagmire chasing after women.
I mean, you say that, but like people always ship. You know, Yuri's a huge thing,
Yeah,
and guys do that just as much as the so-called fujoshis do.
yeah,
You know,
but they're not.
people. It's just when it's guys. It's when it's shipping two guys. People just make it more of a deal out of it,
Yeah, I think it's because
and then they throw the term fujoshi on top of them, and then it makes it seem like it's even worse.
yeah, I
When you
think
people who
with the
ship
people
girls.
that make do with like two girls, they're not quite as annoyingly loud as the Fujoshi are.
I mean, I think that all depends on where you're looking, because like
Yeah,
it depends on.
yeah, it
It's not like
exists with the like
agency.
it kind of exists with like the Raildex fandom because they always want to shove Mikoto with
Hmm.
Kuroko, when Mikoto's clearly in love with Toma.
Yeah.
Kuroko, Kur, ah, Kuroko has no chance.
You know, and I think like the people who ship them, they obviously know that. Most of them do know that, and the ones that don't know it are the ones who are hard to convince otherwise.
Yeah,
But like most people, they do know. They do it for fun and because they
yeah,
want to see their two favorite characters, regardless if they're a girl or a guy,
yeah.
just kind of be together. And you know,
And then you have me shipping Kuroko with Toma.
I mean, yeah, that's fine too. It's whatever you want to ship, right?
Yep.
And again, you only see what you not what you want to see, but what you are able to see, because it
Yeah.
all depends on where you're looking, what kind of audience you have around you. Like if you're just browsing, for example, if you're basing all of you're watching a show on like Reddit, you're only gonna find the people who are on Reddit, and you're only gonna see their comments, and their comments are not the
Yeah.
greatest per se. They can be very uh, strange and aggressive.
Yeah.
But like it's just something
Reddit.
that just depends on where you look. So
Well, that game me and I was talking about in your sir in the game section, King's Raid. I've been down in oblivion because I ship characters heterally because I because most of them seem like they want every character to be some form of gay. Because
Mhm.
I've been on the subreddit for the game, and oh boy, Reddit's like Reddit's not as bad as Tumblr. Tumblr would be a lot worse.
Tumblr's something. I mean, again, like it always does go back to where you're looking.
Yeah,
You can find really good people both on Tumblr and Reddit,
pretty
but
much.
it's whatever's at the top of the list that you see. You know, you're only showing what you see. You're only showing what you're showing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta look at it for yourself.
Yeah, you know, just and like and just don't take things they say too seriously, because again, that's just one person's opinion. That's
Yeah,
two people's opinions. Like everyone has their own opinions. Everyone should make their own opinions and not be construed by things like that Redditors say or people on Twitter say.
yeah,
Like there's no point if you base if you base potential happiness off what someone else says, because like you
yeah,
gotta make your own happiness, make your own enjoyment, enjoy it just because you can enjoy it or you want to enjoy it.
yeah. Sometimes you gotta get away from the people that keep telling you things about something because some people tell you to watch something and then you end up hating it because it's just like, why would you make me watch that?
Hmm.
I,
I mean, yeah, if like it's not like if they tell you something, it's gonna be wrong, right? Like, if they tell you if they're telling you it's probably gonna be bad, you know, and it ends up being bad, that's fine.
yeah. Well, it's sort of like Sword Art Online. Part of the reason why I didn't want to watch it is because the internet collectively shoved it down my throat.
I mean, it was one of the most popular anime in like the last decade, so.
Yeah. And then the only reason I watched it is because someone kept pressuring me to watch it. So I'm like, fine, I'll watch it. Just shut up.
Mhm.
And
But
then,
see, like right there, now you're watching it because not because you really wanted to watch it, but because of what was going on around you, and already that like takes away from a part of the enjoyment or the
yeah,
ability to possibly actually enjoy it.
I didn't quite finish the second season. I got to the end of when Sinan was just going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I've seen enough. Because the GGO arc is the best part of that series.
That's what some people say. I didn't like GGO too much.
I liked watching the spin-off about GGO, and
Oh, the spinoff was fine. The spinoff was
I
pretty
actually
good.
enjoyed watching that one. I look forward to each episode. But when
That's always a good sign.
I was watching Sword Art Online, I was like, another episode.
But then again, that would depend on
Yeah,
yourself as a person too, right? Like I was looking forward to every episode. I really enjoyed it.
I'm more of a Log Horizon guy. I prefer kind of
Log
enjoy that.
Horizon was good. The first season was good. The second season was really dry for me. It did not have any of the charm that hooked me in the first season. That's the only thing I can say about that. And like also like the direct comparisons, just because like Log Horizon was like Sword Art Online, I really couldn't stand when people compared them, just because they're two
Well,
completely different
they're
ways
not
of.
exactly the same because the game they play in Log Horizon was a desktop game, not a VR MMO.
I mean, like not even like in that regard, just in regards to
Yeah,
both being a virtual world, right? And like
yeah.
both trapped in a game. The only difference was that Sword Art Online was more casual and um, easier to appeal, whereas Log
Log
Horizon was
Horizon,
more thinking. It was all strategy. You didn't get action every episode. You had a lot of dialogue.
it's more
They're
like
just completely different. And then the fact that people would compare them all the time and say, "Oh, this is what X is better than the other one," it's like, I mean, yeah, you can say that, but like to compare them directly, it's kind of hard just because they're both they
they
go
appeal to
about
different
their topic
audiences.
very differently.
It's kind of like I like to make this comparison. Sword Art Online, they're trapped in a game. They decide to kill each other. Log Horizon, we're stuck here. Let's make a functional garment so we're not killing each other or bullshit.
Yeah, like exactly. Like it wasn't like from the very beginning. After they stepped into the virtual game world or whatever, it went different ways, and like you could already tell their approach is different.
Yeah. I kind of like some of the themes of Log Horizon a little bit better. Like Toya is one of the most interesting characters because you find out that he was in an accident and he's actually wheelchair bound in real life. So
Hmm.
being stuck in the game is like step up for him because he can walk again.
Hmm.
But another thing that's really interesting is that what got different is it's implied that there's like a desktop game and so they wake up in the world of the game and they don't know how they got there.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
but yeah, some of the stuff in season two just goes off the rails a little bit.
Hmm.
And sadly the author's in prison for tax evasion.
Yeah. So that was a thing.
And one anime I'd really like is Gate. I wish I'd get another season.
Oh, Gate was nice. I really enjoyed that one.
That's one of those ones that did the isekai right, where they just like, we're going to take the JSDF and put them in a fantasy world
Hmm.
that's stuck in like the Roman period.
Yeah, no, it was nice. It was really good.
Uh, my favorite part is when I, I still can't understand why people would follow Zorzel because he got his ass kicked by a girl half his size. And he's still talking shit. Just like, well, it is Shino, so it's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
A Japanese girl half his size beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
But my favorite moment is when all the paratroopers are dropping it on the Capitol and look on Zorzel's face like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, I really fucked up this time. My favorite part, one of my favorite things is the helicopter squad. They watched Apocalypse Now one too many times, and they're just like, our helicopter has a PA system and a copy of Wagner. And they fly in, they blast that song. That's just one of the things I like about that. Because it doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time, it does take itself seriously. I can't think of anything else to talk about. Huh. Not sure what else to talk about now, because
No worries. I have to go anyways.
yeah, you take care.
All right, thanks for having me. I'm down to talk about more stuff like this again, just whenever
Sure.
I'm free.
Yeah,
So,
no problem.
all right, thanks for having me, man.
No problem.
All right, take care. See ya.
Goodbye. All right. Let's see. Kind of want to keep this going. Let's see if I can find someone to come on. And CS Radical will be joining us momentarily. Let me get the link. All right. Mute myself so I can cough because something's hanging in the back of my throat. Mm. Mm. Ah. Hey.
I jumped right in, and all I heard was Sword Art Online versus Log Horizon. I'm like, "Whoo! I can get involved."
Yeah.
It's like a sixth sense. It's like whenever you see an anime, somebody thinks somebody's talking about them and they sneeze. That's all I hear. It's like Sword Art Online. I need to talk about shitty anime. What?
Yeah, we're probably on the same page about Sword Art Online. But first, I want to get your thoughts on the YouTuber He Who Shall Not Be Named and his flagging campaign because people talk bad about him.
All I heard was he who should not be named the YouTuber. I'm like, that you're going to be a little more specific.
You know that guy that's a little bit mediocre and has an emotional connection to Anita Sarkeesian.
See, it's funny because he's one of those guys that like I've heard so many times in passing and I've never actually looked at.
Yeah, his name is a little bit like Matthew or something like that.
Yeah, he tends to be a little on the mundane side from what I hear.
Yes. And he, besides, oh, these people are saying bad things about me because about my content. Let's destroy their source of income.
I was going to say, because no one ever criticizes anything on the internet. Never.
And here's the thing, he has Google alerts set to his name. So when people do talk about him, he's like, I'm going to go flag their stream. And we all know it was him. And he got exposed for it. Not that stream in particular, but he did flag a bunch of other people like Andy Worski. And then that's not, and of course Tonka and Failure. Failure, who thought he was his friend, which is just like, which is kind of shitty if you ask me.
I don't know, man. It's just, it's one of those things that every time I hear any sort of drama like this, any sort of story like this, it's just like we all of us got into YouTube in the first place just to do something just out of the ordinary. It was not meant to be anything this serious, and the fact that there are always people out there that at the first point they get into YouTube, they're just doing it just for shits and giggles, or they're doing it just to kind of have something to do, and it gets to this point so far that they become so distraught with the fact that anybody can even say something negative about them and they got to take that sort of action. Like we're both guys that have like zero reach essentially. And if somebody ever talks shit about us, are we really going to suddenly go out and attack somebody? No. Like, what's it matter?
We're gonna forget they exist because we don't care.
Like, I've literally been told to kill myself, like God only knows how many times, and it's just like, there's really no way to really take it seriously anyway. Because I mean, how much shit on the internet can you even believe is real anyway?
I know. And
there's so much disingenuous people out there that you just can't. You can't sit there and think that just because somebody's taking a shot at you, all of a sudden serious threat to my else. It's like, dude, it's fucking YouTube. It's the game. That's just how it's played.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to let it go. Because you have to ask, is it worth being
I have zero drama, so
yeah, sometimes you gotta just let it go because it's not worth wasting your time and energy on.
it's like need to add some YouTube, or you're gonna slag at me. It's
Yeah.
care.
And of course, there's like that thing with Sargon when he was doing the liberalist bullshit. And then he had a problem with Mr. Medicare.
I just ignore all that stuff now. I used to pay attention. It was like, I would say like 3-4 years ago, it was a lot. I'd be watching Worski and stuff like that, and a lot of it just ended up being drama based. And I'm just like, looking back at it now, I'm like, I don't even know what was so interesting about it to begin with. It was pointless bullshit.
I know. Well, like I was on Renovations earlier, and I just said it. I liked Worski best when he just brought random YouTubers on for Worski Live. I had no interest in his Bloodsports version. It was just boring.
Yeah.
Because you would have had a JF, and we're going to talk about saving whole white people and creating an ethno state. And at a certain point, just like, not this thing again.
It's just like that in general. I think especially because of how like you see things outside of YouTube, like we're seeing like TMZ, the way that all the various magazines and newspapers, like it's an endless rate of drama. Like I don't know if there's any interest in people anymore when it comes to anything besides drama, when it comes to interactions between people. Like nobody's interested in just like basic comments somebody makes, like a certain celebrity in quotations, I should say.
Yeah.
Nothing they say is important unless they're actually taking a shot at somebody. Then it gets attention.
Or if they're talking about political matters that they don't quite understand.
Or if they talk about political things that they don't agree with.
Yep.
Just ask Kanye.
Yeah. Cool. I think celebrities can have a political opinion. I just don't want them telling us how we should think because they're not. I
think there's a difference between just expressing your opinion and actually trying to like use your power to pull people in a certain way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, nothing Kanye West says, nothing like say, I don't know, like say Hugh Jackman or Ryan Reynolds or just insert big name celebrity here. Nothing they say is all of a sudden going to make me like, oh, I believe this message now. No, I'll come to that conclusion on my own in the same way that I find my own music on my own. I find the movies I like on my own. I play the games I like on my own. I don't need somebody from high above, sitting on their golden throne telling me exactly what to do. I know what I'm going to like, and I know what I'm going to take an interest in. And when it comes to politics, I'll figure that shit out on my own too. That's the whole thing about being a human being. Well, you figure it out yourself.
Well, that's the thing. Most of the stuff I have installed on my tablet are just things I found on my own. Or I try because I want to, like Big Grand Order. As long as you don't spend money on it, it's fun.
Well, I mean, the thing, like, so many people these days, it's literally like you have all these kids that are growing up, they're going through school, and they're kind of just being
indoctrinated.
Not even necessarily that, but they're just being taught to never question anything. So they're just taking whoever they hear as the word of things, whereas your entire premise of getting information should be to hear from both sides, so that way you can kind of see who's maybe reporting the facts, who's maybe making stuff up, where do things coincide, like where is there common ground on the two stories, like. But instead, it's just, oh, this person said this, okay, that must be true.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of thing like I still play Destiny. Destiny, no matter how many people tell me it's crap.
Well, even if it is crap, like to some people, it might not be. Like there are a lot of, I'm sure there's somebody out there that thinks Ride to Hell to Retribution is actually a good game for them. I'm sure somebody thinks that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how, but somebody thinks that.
Yeah. Well, also there's this follower bullshit that goes on and keeps a lot of really great games from being discovered, like Vagrant Story or Suikoden. Oh man, Konami, what the fuck? Give us another Suikoden game.
I was going to say, don't get me fucking started on that front. Jesus Christ. I'm still relieved that I own 3, 4, and 5 on PlayStation 2, and I'm never parting with the damn things.
I never played 5, but I still have the first 2. And I have the third one.
I've never really actually put any time into 3. I've put quite a bit into 4, never finished it, and I have completed 5. And
one thing I wanted in that series is if I understand what the deal between Peshmerga and Uber is. That's all I wanted to know. Because Peshmerga is always chasing after Uber. And I want to know why.
Some things you just don't need. You just don't need to know the answer, man.
I know, but that's one of those things, more things you kind of want to know the source of.
Yeah, but in a game like Suikoden, you're more thought as like, okay, where are all the beautiful people that I can recruit? That's usually that's priority number 1.
I know. I remember a fan theory people had about Suikoden 2 and 3 is basically that Hugo in 3 is basically Rio's, or the main character from 2's son. Like, something happened between him and Lucia, or whatever her name is. That
I was going to say, I've never played the original PlayStation game, so you've got me at a loss on that one.
So, you played a little bit of Suikoden 3, right?
Yeah. Maybe like an hour of it. I didn't get too much into that.
Yeah. You know the blonde chief lady, right?
I think so. Vaguely.
Well, she tried to kill the main character in Suikoden 2.
Okay.
So people came with this theory that basically her and that guy got to fighting with each other and they had sex.
As you do.
And she went back to her homeland, gave birth to him because no one knows who his father is.
Well, there you go.
No one's never got brought up in the game, so.
Well, I mean, everybody likes a good scandal.
Yep. And a lot of people like to come with fan theories.
No, really?
But it's just thinking about what's happened to Final Fantasy. It's like really depressing.
Well, in which direction? Because there's many different avenues for this one.
It's depressing how they went more contemporary with the design of the world. They got rid of the fantasy aspect. Yeah, they got.
Oh, you mean the more modern aspect with 15?
Pretty much. I'd kind of like the older games where you got like proper fantasy going on, where you got knights and shit like that wearing armor.
I think you can get a good crossover of both. I mean, obviously games like 7 and 8 did a decent job of being able to mix both.
Yeah.
I mean, if when it really comes down to it, I think still my top 3 are 4, 6, and 10, and they're all more fantasy era games. So it's Although 10 is kind of a weird like amalgamation of like post-apocalyptic kind of almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I think it's easier with fantasy to kind of mess with it a little bit more because, you know, it's easier to have an over the top, you know, JRPG that's not caked down in realism because Japan really has a lot of fun when the gloves are off. When you have to keep them somewhat, you know, on level, it's not as good, is it?
No.
I mean, Persona had to make up for it in story. That was the thing.
Yeah, I still want to get Persona 5 at some point because Futaba's cute.
I was going to say you're doing yourself a disservice right now by not playing it.
And I need to find a way to get money so I can get it.
Oh, that's always a catch, isn't it?
Yep. Because basically my whole premise for eventually playing that game is I'm going to conquer Futaba, and you can't stop me.
I think I went with Makoto my first run, and then the second time around I went for Kawakami, the teacher.
Yeah, I know who Kawakami's the one with the kind of wavy hair, that was like made or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Now that the anime started going a little bit further, and I didn't even realize how much prettier she actually is. The anime's just like made it 10 times better now. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
But then again, anime is a perfect art, so what are you gonna do? It's always gonna be like that.
I know. That's probably you adapt something, you don't get things right, because you're also shoehorning because you can't always just do omnibus like Amagami did.
Well, I mean that's the thing too. When it's the same reason why video games and movies don't cross over. Eventually, when you move it from one form of media to another, there's never going to be a safe transfer. You're going to have to figure out a way to take one over the other and be able to make something out of it. And in most cases, you can't because there's just not the same format to it. It's kind of hard to fit all that in.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing because there's some stuff that just gets lost in translation when you try to. Well, School Days is an example of this. They try to do all the roots, and then they came with their own ending where the Tool gets killed by a yandere.
Yeah, yeah. I've never
Yeah,
actually watched that show, but I've heard the entire story of it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I've missed that one.
yeah, it's on my will not watch list.
It's on my I wish I never had to talk about it list too.
Yeah. Let me see and go to my anime plan because I don't use Mal. Yeah, my won't watch list. A Bridge to the Starry Skies, Attack on Titan, Lost Girls, Future Diary, Oran Host Club, Madoka Magica, School Days, the Naruto movie, because fuck that right now.
Whereas with me, the do not watch list is anything over 100 episodes already.
Oh, and Yuri on Ice is on that list.
I gave them a fair shake. And then I'm like, I don't know what you people see in this other than the fact that it's gay, I guess. Not to say that it's a terrible anime, it just doesn't fit with what I need.
Well, you know the Fujoshi. Anyway.
Well, I think most importantly is like my main focus is comedy, and that show really isn't that funny.
Yeah. I think you understand why Naruto the Last is on my will not watch list. Don't fucking at me. Fuck off right now.
And it's just me where it's like, well, there's two formats to it. It's one, it's way too goddamn long, and two, no one will shut the fuck up about it, which is usually code for me. Okay, so it's mainstream happy, which means it's probably not going to end up being good enough for me.
Well, my issue with Naruto the Last is because Hinata was an afterthought in the manga. She wasn't really that important. If you're going to put her with the main character of the entire series, you need to tell me exactly why without making up a bunch of bullshit and retconning the whole series.
I'm sure there weren't any selling features that she had that made them make that decision.
Well, she's got tits, and tits make everything better.
I mean, in a way, they're not wrong.
Yeah, but after a while, you get bored with the tits. You're like, so, do you have a personality or anything?
No, usually just ask, okay, where's the next girl?
Yeah. Hinata is the kind of girl you get bored with and start cheating on.
Well, Hinata's usually, like, from what I've seen, because I haven't watched that show, the clips that I've seen, like, over the years, Hinata looks like the one that's like, I wouldn't even get close to begin with. I'd be like, no, I can do better.
Yeah. And I wasn't even pro Sakura. I thought she was kind of a bitch. Usually went for, like, the side girls like Karin or not Sakura, Ino.
I'm trying to think what the one girl from that series was that I had an interest in.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even in the right series. I'm thinking Bleach with Yoruichi. For some reason, I attributed the two to each other.
Yeah. Bleach is one of those series that suffers from bad pacing. Is like,
yeah, I've heard that.
Because it's like 10 chapters of exposition and dialogue. Here's 2 panels of them actually fighting. Now back to exposition and dialogue.
What, isn't that what you read action manga for?
It actually should be the reverse. You're doing a lot of fighting and then talking talking very literally.
Nah, that doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure what you want is 5% fighting and 95% political grandstanding, right?
No, that sounds like something in America.
Yeah, that's true. That's basically anything on TV now.
We're going to stop our comedy act to tell you who you need to vote for and why Donald Trump is literally Hitler.
And it's just like, I'm not here for that stuff. Go away.
And they wonder why people are becoming weebs. Maybe it's because you don't preach at us.
Japan don't give a fuck.
They have no fucks to give.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if Japan wants to make a show that's about girls that are just modeled after guns, like they'll just do it. They don't care.
Well, there's actually a mobile game about that.
That's what I meant. If they want a show about girls that are just submarines or carrier ships or whatever else, they'll fucking do it. Nothing's gonna stop them.
Yep.
So if somebody, like, they understand how the market works, they try something, and if people buy it, they ham on that. They go ham on that.
Well, Girls Front Line is from China, and that's probably one of the most popular things right now.
Well, who knew? You actually come up with a unique concept and people actually eat it up. Who knew?
Conceptualize our amazement.
It's like me with anime in general. Like, I could never see why people watch magical girl anime over and over again. And then I see Maho Shoujo Ore, and I'm be like, okay, I can see why at least people will watch this one because it's different.
Order.
But everything else, like, there's so many genres out there that end up getting so over the top repeated. Whereas, like, for example, like as much as I know people like to shit on it, the isekai kind of animes that I've seen lately, all of them have their own unique thing to it. The only one that's been kind of bad was the newest one, Einherjar and Ragnarok or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about. I only watched 2 episodes, but it really isn't pulling me in because
I think I only made it 2 episodes too, and every character was boring as shit.
Well, I liked Rune, the silver-haired one.
She was. I still didn't like her personality. I think she was just the one that's like, you look really good and you can make up for your shit personality. But everybody else, I'm like, no, this is dumb as fuck.
Well, I kind of like that she wants head pats.
Well, yeah, that always works for that.
And that's where you say, stop, Benris. You already lost 1 account this way.
Actually, I tell a lie. I didn't mind Ingrid, the blacksmith girl, that bad, but
yeah.
she wasn't going to save that show from its terrible main cast.
Well, the problem with that is it starts you off somewhere in the middle of the whole fucking story. You're like, okay.
That was the other thing too. I'm like, so are we not going to get an introduction to this?
He's just conquering lands, and we had no idea why.
I'm like, did I miss something?
Yep.
Is there no last time on Dragon Ball Z kind of thing for me to help here? Like, come on, man, help me out.
I know. And part of the problem is he's always has his mind set on the girl back home. So none of the girls have a chance.
You trying to tell me there's a chance?
Well, apparently they don't have a chance. No chance. No chance in hell.
Oh, Vince might give him a chance.
Well, they look good enough to be a diva, so.
Oh, yeah. Go 10 years back in the past. You got plenty of chances.
And a lot of people like to shun Isekai smartphone, but that was actually a pretty solid story.
Oh, like, I was doing a panel a couple weeks ago at a convention, and one guy, I don't know if he was trying to joke with me or not, but he was like, oh, "Okay, you guys have to tell me about like one of the best animes of the year." And he brought out a smartphone, and I just ran and high-fived the shit out of him, and all the other panelists are like, "You need to go now." Well, I'm like, what?
It's actually, it doesn't take itself so seriously is what makes it good.
I think the problem is like most of the guys that I was alongside were very much more into the more serious, like
edgy boy
mainstream kind of stuff. No, I wouldn't even go there. I just mean more the stuff that like you would imagine like a connoisseur of anime would be into, where I'm just like, I like the trash stuff because it doesn't demand much of me.
Yeah, you can just sit back and enjoy it for the 12.
Like, sure, they're a really nice slice of life, like Flying Witch and Eurocamp and stuff like that. But then I also just want to like shut my brain off and laugh my ass off at really shitty like toilet humor once in a while.
Like Intama.
Actually, I haven't watched that show.
Sometimes
That's another one of those. Well, that's another one of those cases where there's just so many episodes. I'm like, I'm not going to catch up on this.
Well, sometimes I'll just, if I don't feel like doing much, I'll turn on Crunchyroll and let episodes of that play because you don't have to really pay attention.
Yeah.
Like you can just play it as you go and just like, dick jokes. That's one thing that pisses me off about this one YouTuber I kind of like for a little bit, Micah Curtis, because he runs his fat mouth about shit he doesn't know, namely anime. Talking about modern anime is shit when his favorite thing is Berserk. You can like Berserk if you want, but don't you talk shit about how animes change because you can't have a bunch of edgy boy bullshit because most people don't want to watch edgy boy bullshit.
And I think too, we are kind of in an age now where I think everybody is kind of gravitating towards the over the top, serious, edgy stuff. Where it's like, dude, I can't. Like as I've explained to so many other people when it comes to my anime preferences, there's a reason why I watch mostly comedies because life is depressing enough as it is. I don't need to make it any worse watching something else I like. It's why I avoid stuff like horror. It's why I usually avoid stuff like mech because mech anime tends to be very either serious or very saddening.
Yeah,
it's just like I can't be bothered to. Like, I tried to watch Hanabata, the badminton anime, and that anime just pisses me the fuck off because everybody hates each other and everybody's mad about something and everybody's depressed about something. I'm like, this isn't fun.
They're women, so being angry at each other is a given.
Well, I mean, either way, like, the show, like, had promise and still does, and it's amazingly well animated, but for me, who's someone who just wants to be able to kick back and just kind of relax and enjoy stuff and not have to sit back and take an emotional investment in things, like it's like you need to be a really damn good show to do that. Like Erased, for example, is one show that managed to get me over that hump, but it's very rare. I would rather just sit and watch something that's stupid, funny comedy like Chio's School Road right now, or Haruka Receive, or shows like that where it's not taking itself seriously and it's just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, it's trying to just do its own thing. See, I'll read for you the reason why I don't like Berserk. Born beneath the gallows tree from which his dead mother hung. Oh boy, talk about edgy. This is the kind of thing an edgy teenager would write.
Oh, it's like anything else, man. It's just... Sure, if I was 17, maybe I'd take a look at that, but those years are long past me.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves to be called the greatest anime ever, or series ever, when it's been around since the late 80s, and it's still not done.
Well, I think in general, too, just even saying this is the best anime ever is already connotation to put yourself into a position where it's like, dude, we don't need to have that conversation. Like, it's a pointless conversation.
I know.
It's different if you say this is my favorite anime of all time, but don't call it the best. I hate it when people do that.
Yeah, here's the thing about saying something's the best thing ever. It's subjective. There's no such thing as the best anime ever because everyone has different tastes. Like, I watch mostly harems.
Well, I mean, the thing is, too, it's like, it's that snobbery, I guess, where just people want to be able to say that this is what you should watch, and I'm just like, I don't care. I'll watch what I feel like watching. Like, every time the new season comes out on Crunchyroll, I look at everything. I used to watch every show that was new that I hadn't heard of and I knew wasn't a continuation, but now I kind of just do a quick browse. I'm like, okay, that's what the description is. That sounds interesting, and whatever, I'll take a shot at it. So I'll give most things a fair shake, whereas other people just don't.
Yeah. It's not thing about some of these series like that people say you must watch is like you just want to say, look that right now.
Well, generally speaking, too, if there's an overwhelming, like, everybody's watching this and everybody thinks it's the greatest thing. Like, last season, everybody talked nothing about just how amazing Hina Matsuri was, how the comedy was really good. And I watched it and I'm like, I did finish the show, but I left it being like, it's okay.
I know.
It's fine. I don't know why we're calling this the greatest comedy in like a decade. I don't know why. I didn't laugh.
Also, the anime's become more of a broader term, so there's like stuff from China now.
Yeah, some of that stuff's weirding me out. Like there was one that came partially into last season. I think it was called To Be Heroine.
Oh, yeah.
That threw
There's
me
always,
off
like,
too because it was like there's some Japanese and then there would be some I don't know if it was Mandarin or Cantonese but there was some sort of Chinese language in there and it threw me the fuck off.
yeah. Well, of all the people I follow on Twitter, I only know one person that watches Chinese anime too, Malone.
What show? Sorry.
Like, you watch Malone, Captain Malone. He watches like Chinese anime as well
Oh, okay.
because we both like that. Well, The King's Avatar. If you ever saw
Okay.
it.
No, I think the other problem too is like, and this is not to say anything specific, like anything like harsh about it, but the language when I watch those shows in terms like just the dialect really screws with my brain. Like I remember watching To Be Heroine for the first time, and the second it switched into Chinese, I'm like, oh my god, like this is really hard for me to follow.
I think it's because I watch a lot of like martial arts movies that the Chinese language doesn't bother me.
It could be just because I haven't been exposed to it enough, but I mean, just
Yeah.
right now, it's like it's a little disconcerting. And unlike whereas with Japanese, I transition in pretty well.
Yeah, like
Who knows?
there's
I
just
mean, even if it could just be that it's not for me, which is fine. It just means there's something else for me to go else to. I can divert my attention elsewhere.
yeah, it's just one of those things. But I really need to get caught up on my seasonal anime because once again I'm falling behind because I still have.
Well, that was the thing. I made the choice. I was either going to keep up with the simulcast or I was going to start doing like full show reviews. And I'm like, well, I've been doing the weeklies for 3 years. I might as well stick with that and not suddenly change the game anymore. So,
Well,
and it's easier too because like now I'm getting so much more picky with shows. So it used to be that I'd be finishing with like 15. Now I'm like having that because I don't have time for bullshit no more.
Well, I still haven't finished Gabriel Dropout.
Ooh, that's like a cardinal sin to all the anime memers out there.
I know. I am like one of the only people that likes Gabriel. I'm like,
It depends on how you look at it. I look at Gabriel the same way I looked at, say, Umaru, where it's like, I know you're a terrible person, but you're a lovely, terrible person.
I love her because she's like, leave me alone. I got a game to play. Don't
Whereas,
fucking
like,
hit me.
I like Satania initially just because of her voice. Just because I love, like, stupid, like, over-the-top dastardly, like, characters that actually aren't dastardly at all.
Yeah.
So she kind of fit the bill pretty well. But,
she wants to be
trying to
evil
think
so bad, but she's like, try hard evil. She's like, yeah.
she's not even try-hard evil. She's just retard evil.
She goes,
She's like, I'm going to be the most evil thing ever. And I'm going to stand up to the teacher and say, I didn't do my homework on purpose.
and then she's crying in the hallway as she holds 2 buckets of water.
Yeah, exactly. But no, because I had to do a quick search to remember her name. Vignette. I really did like.
Vine.
Because she was that.
She's the best.
She was. Well, she was that mix of down to earth, but she would fucking kick somebody's ass if she needed to.
Yep. What I liked about it is it's an all girls series, but they're not forcing like the Yuri bullshit that they usually do.
I wouldn't have even been bothered by it if they did, but in this case, I don't think it was necessary.
That's kind of the reason
they could have possibly pushed it with, say, like Raffi and Satania, but it wouldn't have been quite as interesting.
Nah, that's kind of reason why.
Just let the fan art do that for it. Just let all the dudes take care of that.
Yeah, that's kind of reason why I don't watch a lot of series with all girls. It's just like, oh boy, here comes the Yuri undertones.
It depends. Like in some cases, it works out fine. I mean, in the case of most anime doesn't even pull the trigger on love anyway, so you don't really have that much to worry about.
Yeah, that's
like, for God's sakes, there's that series of Manchu that literally for 2 seasons now is basically blunt, like hit you over the head with those two are probably going to date, and they never pull the trigger on it anyway, no matter how obvious they make it.
Yep.
But I mean, we watch harem, so we know just full well that that's all anime likes to do. It's like, hey, you want to see someone actually get shipped? Too fucking bad.
Well, it depends on the harem because, like, light novel harems, they just go like, yeah, he's gonna be fucking all these girls.
Well, that's I think why I gave Smartphone props because they were just like, screw it, we're just gonna go right out in the open with it. Whereas like 99.9% of the harems I end up watching are always like, you don't know who he's picking yet, even though it's pretty obvious because they always go with they always go for the boring girl that was like the best friend or the neighbor or whatever else that he's known since his childhood, and it's like,
well, you're describing the childhood friend who always loses.
Yeah.
What the one I usually go for is, she was nice to me one time. She's the one for me.
oh, there's that too. It goes both ways. It's either the nice one-time girl or the childhood friend girl, and it's just like both of them are kind of boring and cliche. Like, come on, try a little bit.
Well, like Rosario plus vampire.
Ooh, I'm interested in this conversation.
So the manga, Mocha, well, she's not even really like, he's in love with Mocha, but he's not in love with the real Mocha. It's like that template personality that she masquerades as most of the time because the real Mocha is sealed away for some bullshit reason. And Kurumu, the succubus, she turns out to be the best heroine in the whole fucking series, and he just friend zones the bitch.
I was just gonna say I'm still disappointed in the idiot for Skune always being interested in Mocha, where it's like, dude, the vampire one actually has a personality. Fuck.
You mean the succubus?
Oh yeah, no. I'm talking like inner Mocha, like vampire Mocha. Like white hair Mocha is so much fucking better than
the real
pink hair Mocha. Yeah.
Inner. Outer is just based off of her mother. It's not really
like I remember towards the end of the second season where like inner Mocha's like straight up like trying to get him to just accept her and not outer Mocha.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just take it, dude. Just take it. It's so much better. It's actually going to be interesting.
Well, in the manga, because he becomes like a ghoul or something like that because he had too much vampire blood in his system from Mocha.
Yeah.
Which is something they never used in the anime because fuck that.
Well, it's not really. I don't even think that would have helped.
I know, but they could have did the actual story, which would have been great.
It's a harem anime. You don't need the story.
Well, actually, the story was pretty solid because there's like this other student at the school that was also a normal human. And they became like a demon thing, but he wasn't quite as lucky as Sukune was.
I don't know. I enjoyed the anime for what it was. It was just like edgy, harem, and a vampire punching the shit out of people. I'm good.
Telling them to know their place.
Yeah, there you go.
That's one thing I remember about Inner Mocha. Know your place.
I remember two things. I remember Mocha kicking the shit out of people, and I remember Mizure's ass. That's about it.
Mizore was the one I liked the best because kind of go for girls like that.
Actually, well, it's even just in the case that I just like the ones that are just like they actually understand, like just go for it.
Yeah.
Kurumu try and then knew when to back off. Mizure just didn't give a fuck.
Well, in the manga, she basically saved his ass several times at the risk of her own life, and he still friend zones her. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Like who, Kurumu or Mizure?
Kurumu.
Ah.
And so, like, what the fuck, dude? You're not going to do better than that. Mocha is just going to be a space cadet and screw things up all the fucking time. It's the reason why I hated Lala and To Love Ru. She's like, oh, I created this thing that could destroy the world. Let's just play with it.
She's and then, of course, you know, I've aged since watching that show, and now I look at the anime back, and I'm like, Mizure's mother's pretty good, too.
Of course.
It's like you got choices.
Yeah.
The only ones you don't choose are Yukari, Main Mocha, and Cocoa, because, yeah, I don't think I could take that much stupidity.
What about Ruby?
No. Ruby's like, okay, maybe once, and then I'm getting the fuck away from that.
Oh, I remember one time in the manga, well, there's like this, I think it's published by Konami, so they had a Belmont whip in there, so every time he cracked it, well, it'd zap her, and she's basically having orgasms every time she gets zapped.
Well, yeah, you got to have that character in every show. There's always got to be one.
There's always got to be the masochist in a harem because she makes things better. Like Kuroko and Index or Railgun.
That's another one. That's another one I still got to get around to.
Yeah, I can't wait till fall when that new season drops because I can find. Well, I got the novels.
Yeah,
I have the
I
novels.
thought that I thought that would be my like ins or not the ins. I don't know. It would be whatever would get me to watch the damn thing, and I still haven't done it. So it's like, well, I guess that ship's starting to sail.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I look at like the entire lineup that Crunchyroll keeps adding on to stuff, and I'm like, that is something I would think about watching. And then I'm like, but I don't have time.
I know. Well, I watch so many streams on YouTube these days that I don't really get around to watching anime I want to watch because it's like, but Tonka's still streaming. I don't. I want to watch him call people goofy.
I think it's just my main problem. I have a giant list, and I keep staring at it, and be like, I think it's just because the list is so big that I'm like, there's no point in me starting it because I'll never get it done.
I know. I tried again to do the slight detours, trying to do the Solstice of Heroes bullshit in Destiny. And it got further in. It was like that one AU mission where you go on the what's it called, Almighty. I got
Oh yeah.
There's this part where they want have you use a tank. Well, they got two fucking tanks in there, and they destroy your tank. And there's a bunch of lag going on. I don't know why. I got good internet, but fuck me right now because it's not designed to be a solo thing. You got to ask people to help, but I'm not. I don't like to do that.
The longer I looked at Solstice, and the more I'm just like, nah. Forsaken's going to be out in less than a month. I'll be fine.
Yeah. I did one of my Flashpoint challenges for the week, and I got the Borealis again.
Oh, it wouldn't be a Destiny thing if you weren't getting the same thing over and over again.
I know. I just want the Source or the Hard Light so I can just have those in my inventory. Does a Hard Light let you change the element or something like that because it's an energy weapon?
No.
So what's its default energy?
I think it's always arc. Actually, no, I don't think it actually has an element. I mean, I think it has one, but it doesn't like implicitly have it listed. I'm pretty sure we just assume it's arc.
Yeah. I'll look it up. I always got shamed like in Destiny 1 because I was using that. And I was like, it's a fun gun to use. I don't care if it's not the best. Best one I had.
Well, I mean, even then, it's just if it feels good in your hands, who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks about it? It feels good in your hands. It's why like people question like some of the stuff I run with all the time. It's like, why aren't you using this? I'm like, because I don't give a fuck.
Well, I think I played over the weekend and I got a couple of those Eververse engrams and I got like the skin for the Vigilance Wing.
Yeah.
And I did get the new Jade Rabbit skin last week. I was like, I don't have to buy it now. But I wish I got the points to get the one for the Huckleberry. That's like my favorite gun.
Yeah, I think it's really becoming one that I enjoyed. I was raiding the other day, helping a couple of first timers get through Leviathan, and just using that gun on the raid was like, wow, like this actually works really well. Because I always just use scout rifles or hand cannons, and I tried out Huckleberry for that one, and I'm like, wow, this is perfect. It's just nice to not have to reload, so you don't have to freak out when there's a shit ton of ads you're trying to get through.
Yeah, so the Hard Light has a perk on it called the Fundamentals. Holding changes a weapon's damage type, cycling between Solar Arc and Void. So you can change it on a whim.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so
it's like I haven't used I rarely ever. I think I've used Hard Light twice the entire time I played Destiny. It was just a gun that I wasn't really interested in.
Yeah, I just want to have I'm pretty good on my Titan in the way of auto rifles because I think the Sweet Business is just made for Titans, really.
Yeah.
Because they got the exotics to back it up. The War Rig just casually reloads the weapon, so you never really run out of ammo.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting in Forsaken because I haven't played on either of my alts for a while because I'm a hunter by default.
Yeah.
So I've basically just been playing with that character for the longest time and haven't even looked at my Warlock or my Titan. They're still at a decent level, so I mean, when Forsaken comes out, if I want to go back to those two, it's not like it will be that far behind.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be interesting to see. Like I've got the week booked off for Forsaken, so that way I can really push through it and try to catch up because I'm so far behind all my friends. I kind of need the extra time. So we'll see if it's good enough to keep me to go through my alts and do the same stuff. But it's like I try getting on PC, and once I realized that all my stuff was gone, I'm like, how am I ever going to get myself to play through this entire game and grind everything out all over again? Like that's just not going to happen.
Well, my complaint about Destiny is that they never really updated the ways you can customize your character, because sometimes you want your character to look cool, but once you set the design, you're stuck with it. You can't change.
I have always complained that we have all the technology in the world in this game, but nobody can cut my fucking hair. I don't care about changing your face unless you're an exo. I think there's an excuse, but if you're a human or an awoken, sure, you can't just get your face rearranged left and right. Fine, I could accept that, but why can't somebody just color my hair for me?
I know.
Hell, just give me a sink. I'll do it myself.
I know. That's one thing I fucking hate. Because my character I created in the original Destiny, well, when I started playing 2, I just like, okay, I'm just going to delete and start over because I don't like the way I look. I look kind of lame.
Yeah, there is that issue where like a lot of games like that don't let you change your character afterwards. It's like, I don't like looking at my character anymore, but I don't want to do the work.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Because over time, you're like, I don't like the way I look. Let me change.
And the game's like, nope, you put in the contract.
I know. Meanwhile, Monster Hunter, you can change your hairstyle on a whim.
Well, yeah.
But you can't change your face without using a ticket.
Which is fine. Like, if you were able to, even if they made it just like something you could buy, like, I think that would be acceptable, at least for some people.
You can buy tickets, and they give you one for free.
No. I mean, like in Destiny.
Oh, Destiny, yeah.
Like, even if they made like some sort of thing where you could just change your character's look and like, first, I wouldn't want to be charging it to begin with, but I mean, if we have to get it for Bungie to actually like do it, then fine. It's an acceptable loss, I think, at that point.
Why can't we have facial hair? Did a trailer prevent us from growing facial hair or something?
And you just can't be pretty.
I just want to have a long, badass beard. I don't want to be a fairy.
Well, don't create a fairy then, apparently. I don't know what you're doing then, character creator.
Well, it's just hard to look manly. Look.
Well, if you're saying you create a fairy, you didn't do a very good job, did you?
Well, there's just not very many good options for faces. Like, they got presets. You can't really... That's kind of the thing I hate about Terra. Like, I like to make... What are they called? The demon people.
I haven't played Terra in a long time.
Let me see. The Castonics.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, you'll find a... Really, like, the hair and the horns are linked together. And, like, you find the horns you like, but not getting the right hairstyle because the hair is attached. Like, why? I like these horns. Let me have the horns.
Well, at least with Terra, you can make the body look good, so you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're playing as a Castonic, you might as well just make them a girl because you're going to be looking like a stripper.
Well, I had the conversation with somebody a while ago where they asked, like, I noticed that you play a lot of female characters in your MMOs. I'm like, yeah, if I'm going to look at somebody's ass for 100 hours at a time, I guess I better be an ass that I really like.
Yeah. That's pretty much the thing. Although I do still make a male character just because I want to look at how the cool armor.
What? Women don't have cool armor?
Well, Terra, they all look like strippers.
Yeah, that's Terra. I don't even take that anything else other than that. That's just how Terra is.
I know. Monster Hunter, on the other hand, I make one of each gender just to see the difference between their armor.
Yeah.
Because can't remember which. I do know that there's like an armor set that in Monster Hunter that looks like a Gothic Lolita design,
Hmm.
and that's the way it looks on a woman. And man, it's like a Mad Hatter look.
Yeah.
But on the girl, it's like something you'd see Itsuki Yui wearing. Jesus. I don't know if you heard the band Yosei Teikoku, but
Doesn't sound familiar.
I think they did the opening to Mirai Nikki.
Okay, I haven't watched that show yet.
Yeah, it's on my not watch list because it's edgy. It has
Well,
one.
I think that was also a show that's like I think more than like 5 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also the Norway's first introduction to a yandere because they'll never shut up
Yes.
about Like,
Yeah, 2011. I didn't really get back into anime till around like 2014, 2015, so I'm behind on a lot of stuff.
yeah, it's when I really got back into anime because before then I was like a casual watcher, watch a little bit here and there. It was around the time One Punch Man was on its initial run.
Yeah.
By the way, Andy Warski gave the worst description of what One Punch Man is about. It's like all you have to say is Saitama's the strongest hero, and he hates his life. That's the whole premise of the show. He's like, he became the strongest hero that could beat everyone with one punch, and he just hates his life. Challenging.
That's also a show that I just didn't get.
I kind of like it.
Well, my problem with it was just that after I watched like one episode, I'm like, okay, now what? I didn't see anything beyond it. And from what I've heard from most people, I find that with people that I know that watched the show further in, they either loved it or they hated it. Like it was just people that were like, yeah, no, it has nothing, or people that like, this is the best thing.
Yeah. I I think that's the problem. People just think everything's the greatest thing ever. Like, while watching or reading manga, there'll be some new manga that's like got 2 chapters, and you see some motherfucking retard in the comments going, "This needs an anime now." Like, you might want to wait to see what's going to happen before you start demanding an anime, because we don't know what kind of cliche bullshit's coming.
I think with a lot of things too, people just want to jump to being on the bandwagon on being the first ones to say that it's really good, and then you got the people that just they believe in the extremes. They either think it's really good or they think it's really shit. Where it's like,
Yeah,
it's like the way that the rating systems has kind of been screwed up in terms of game reviews and stuff like that, where you expect that anything below a 7 is terrible, and it's like that's not how the system is.
no.
It's
And of
just
course,
something's got screwed up along the way.
they give glowing reviews to Gone Home. If anyone's watching, I'm going to say this. Your sister's a lesbian and ran away with her girlfriend. Saved you 15 minutes.
It wasn't terrible. It
I
was
know.
fine for what it was. Now, if you're paying $20 for it, that's a different story.
I know. That's the kind of thing that pissed me off about PlayStation Plus. They're like, here, we're going to give you away Gone Home to you for free because you've got PlayStation Plus. No one wants this.
Well, what was the game next to it though?
There's some indie shit that had like furry bullshit going on in it. Like,
Oh, it was NBA. I just quickly looked it up. It was NBA 2K16 and Gone Home were the ones that week or that month.
Okay.
It's not the greatest month. I mean, Gone Home was the indie game that they put on there. In the same way that like Mafia 3 this month was the big one, and then Dead by Daylight was the indie game, which is a pretty damn good indie game. That was a good choice.
Wait, I can get Mafia?
Yeah, Mafia 3 is on this month.
Nice. Maybe I'll get it.
I mean, I've been actually playing it like for a little while now. It's because I really enjoyed the second game. I never played the first one.
Is it Dead by Daylight basically like Friday the 13th, but with different kind of...
Yeah, it's very much kind of like that. I just got a bunch of friends that I know we would love to play that together because it would just be endless screaming.
Well, there's a clip from, because the people I watch stream a lot. Well, they don't know if you heard, go see, but AP, oh crap, Monday Matt flagged the shit out of AP's channel, so I was gonna find a clip of AP doing his Cloud Dusty impersonation where he's just going around as Jason killing them, saying that they can't leave his plantation. Because that's a bit that AP from Ghost City did a while back, because Dusty Smith kept calling Andy Warski and them neo-Nazis and shit like that, so they decided to get back at him by having doing impersonations of Cult of Dusty, just saying racist shit.
Dusty's one of those guys that I don't understand how he got to where he is now.
Well, what you got to talk about is the Bible and how it's wrong.
It's like I remember watching him in the early days and being like, "Man, the guy gets it." And now I watch him today, and be like, "What the fuck happened?" Mind you, it's like that with a lot of people now, where I think it's just like, dude, like, where did you suddenly just turn or like do the U-turn?
I don't know, but I gotta link it to when they originally did the Clan Dusty bit. It's just hilarious because AP's doing the bit. He's like, and then he just goes, "Are there any minorities you do like? Native Americans." Why?
He's just one of those guys. Like most of the people that were political commentators in one shape or form, usually I would just get away from because I got tired of listening to him.
Yeah.
Dusty's one of the few that was like, dude, like I don't know what's happened to you, but I can't listen to you anymore.
Well, what you gotta talk about is the Bible Reloaded.
Because I mean, he and I'm trying to think who else was a big part of that. Maybe TJ was. But I mean,
I don't understand.
Dusty was one of those guys. Sorry, go ahead.
Here's the thing I don't like about TJ Kirk. He's better known for shoving a banana up his ass than being an atheist.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just say the same thing that I say anytime I hear that. I'm like, why the fuck does that matter to anybody?
I don't know. Like, I'm not a hard believer, but I do kind of believe. But I just get tired of these blowhard atheists telling me why I should just quit.
Well, the thing that helped me with guys like Dusty and TJ was that they at least made me actually ask the question, or at least listen to a different side of it. Because, I mean, even at the core of like when I was younger, I still wasn't religious. I just really never thought anything differently. And then once listening to those guys, it kind of gave me a chance to kind of question a few things here and there. And now I'm just like, I don't even consider myself atheist so much as I don't have the capacity to give two shits about anything religious at this point.
Well, I never really heard about that story until I heard Mr. Maker mention it on its stream. I was like, I did not need to know that.
Well, that's the other part too. So many people like to bring that up, and I'm just like, why is that a fucking thing people like to hold over? Well, like, yeah, is it something stupid? Sure, but it's like that's the kind of thing that just needs to get buried, and nobody's burying it.
Well, I think Jim brings it up because he finds it funny. Because Jim has said in the past he just likes to laugh at retards on the internet.
Oh yeah.
And I posted a link on the side chat if you want to see the Clan of Dusty bit.
All right, let's see. Oh, never mind. That's 39 minutes. I'll look at that on my own time.
Yeah. I'm just ready to look at later. I just found the whole bit funny because they're like, and of course, as it went on, well, Tonga started doing concentrationist cat because he doesn't like Vadim.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, it's just kind of the whole bit's kind of funny. I watch it once in a while when I need a good laugh. Because that's the thing people don't get about comedy. You need to be offensive to be really good at comedy. You can't just play it all safe and do like any sure. My vagina.
Well, hell, I'd even one up that. Like, we have a 24/7 comedy station around here, and I listen to a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. Every time someone like say Ellen DeGeneres comes on, I immediately switch it off because it's boring because there's nothing to it. It's silly.
I know.
There's a reason that people like Lenny Bruce, people like George Carlin, people like say today Bill Burr are doing as well as they can do is because they actually poke the bear and question things and do things that you're not expecting them to do. Whereas there's a reason why like people like Amy Schumer are falling off the map, like Sarah Silverman is falling off the map, is because when they got offensive to get in the door, and the second they threw that away, people were like, "Oh, so you're not funny anymore."
Yeah. Say
it's not to say you have to be offensive to be funny, but you can definitely have a good shot on getting the main people that would go to comedy shows, because most people that go to comedy shows are looking for something that not necessarily offensive, but something that's provoking.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that happened a while back. You've heard that? I don't know if you heard that Twitter account, Anime in Real Life, or something like that.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Where they just post memes. Well, one time they posted this meme where someone took the idea of clan ad. They took like the cover image, and they just turned it on its head. They changed the C to a K and put clan hoods on all the girls. I just cracked up laughing at it because it's like, I get it. But there's some little soy swilling tar that came in thinking it was offensive. Like, I had to tell them the best comedy is stuff that's usually offensive.
It's like, the reason that we can have the conversations we can have today is because comics went that extra mile.
Yeah.
Like, without Lenny Bruce and Carlin doing the words you can't say on television bits and stuff like that, like, you would never get to the point we're at today. We would be that cookie cutter 1950s fucking, so will somebody please think of the children, like Lovejoy level fucking bullshit. And
think of the children.
I can't imagine a world like that, because that sounds so, you know what, I'll even use the word, it sounds so mundane.
Turn out the pesky ad block. But yeah,
but anyways, man, I gotta get moving, because I gotta get to go to bed soon, because I gotta work in the morning.
Yeah, that's cool. I need to stop around 9 o'clock anyway, because the kill stream's about to start.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on.
No problem. And I'm going to call it a night. So,
All right.
Ursai.
Yeah, take care, man.
Later. Ursai, everybody.